And every time one loose end meets another loose end, the necessity of relating, which is looking for a corresponding part in the outside, drops.
Okay.
It just drops from your system. That means to the degree your system is reconnecting in the inside, it means it gathers. It gets together. The evidence, the necessity to relate, to complete, to relate, to be one again, must drop from your system.
Okay. What I'm not clear about is if we're not trying to fix ourselves and we're not trying to fix the other, so we're mature enough to recognize that something is not working, and as we can talk about that.
Yes, yes.
How do we heal that part? How do we become whole, in other words?
Okay, so first of all, you cannot become whole. You cannot become whole. All that becomes whole is your body.
Okay.
It's the neuronal structure, it's the organization of this particular embodiment, okay? You cannot be whole because you never lost wholeness. So your consciousness, so that is already clear. So what has lost its wholeness or togetherness or association is this organism.
Okay.
This neuronal structure.
So how does that happen?
Okay, fantastic. As I said, mostly we're trying to assist this.
And fail.
Of course. And every therapist, every psychologist, and every spiritual seeker knows, no matter how much they try, when it gets down to that level of the embodiment, nothing worked.
Okay.
You may have manipulated and shifted the quality of your thinking. You may feel differently, but the body does its own thing. It still reacts. It doesn't need much. You have meditated, you get out of your meditation,
and bang.
And your wife tells you or your husband tells you, and everything you have, the most beautiful bliss experience doesn't have a half-life of 1 minute. It's finished. So when it gets down to this, nothing works.
Okay.
What we do. So we have to find another, we have to look at it differently.
Okay.
To actually see what provides the capacity for the system to reconnect by itself. Okay? That's what we're dealing with. So here two things that I found that basically were revealed to me are essential. Number one, we have to understand that in the moment of disconnection, the nervous system loses its sense of being safe.
Okay.
Because, like when the baby is happy, and suddenly a threat comes from the outside, the baby feels safe, and in the moment of disconnecting, the sense of safety gets lost. Is that so?
Okay.
Is that? It's clear.
Yes.
We lose safety. So one aspect is we need to build up an environment for this body where the body feels safe again.
Okay.
Absolute, super major important. Safety. And I never really took care of this. For the last 25 years, and I'm working with people, meet people, sharing this meeting since 10 years, it was something that I literally overlooked.
Okay.
And I was working a lot, I did a lot of good things, and I tried to assist people, but somehow I never really paid attention to safety.
And to build up, you said, to build up an environment
of
that
safety
creates or generates or supports safety.
Exactly. So that means just addressing it, just as we're speaking here, which is not normally part of so-called spiritual circles and spiritual explorations, that because it is addressed as security, and I agree, security doesn't work, but safety, nobody addresses.
Okay.
So first of all, our nervous system demands safety.
Okay.
That means, from the perspective of the body, it means no threat.
Okay.
That's safety.
Number one.
Safety. Nobody wants something from me, and I don't want anything from it. Because every wanting means change, and from the perspective of the nervous system, it is a threat.
Okay.
So safety. Safety first. So can we build up together an environment where we don't want each other, where we don't want
anything
from each other?
We don't have expectations or...
Exactly. Yeah. So I'm sitting with you and I don't want anything from you. We're together.
Yes.
Because when we want something, we have a relationship.
Right.
Wanting is relating. Being together is the absence of wanting something from each other.
Yeah.
And I don't, so now that's the outside. But now can I also be here as space and don't want my body to change?
Okay.
Oh, it's different. Can I be an environment for the cells so that this body feels safe with me?
Okay. Yes. So there's that's another
yes.
way of looking. Okay.
Oh, but it's the only way that works. Can I be, not do.
Yes.
Can I be so still?
Yes.
So receptive that my body feels safe with me? Because every response of me trying to change something here will have the opposite effect.
Of course, it will have the contraction. Yes.
It will ow instead of wow. Okay, so there's an outside aspect of safety, which is, I would say, 50% of the case. But then there's an inside aspect. Can I let my own body in, that I can receive this embodiment without response? So that, in a way, without sending out, an information is sent out, without me doing it, that is, you can be safe with me.
Okay.
That is extremely important. How does that feel?
Yeah, it's when I say, can I be safe with me?
No, that's not true.
Can my body be safe with me?
Yes, that's different. Can we be so still, so receptive that your body eventually feels safe with you?
The immediate response is, but of course, how would I not?
Okay, fantastic. But stay with that, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, it's true, because that, of course, is something that, I mean, we would say, can I be safe with my body? But that would mean I'm patronizing my body. I'm sitting on top of it.
Well, it just feels that kind of split again.
It's a
there
split.
Is an I and there is a body. It's
Exactly.
Like, okay, hold on
but
a second.
can I be the space for this body, which is eventually that which experiences this moment? You and me don't experience anything. What experiences is this body.
So the safety with the body, are you saying not meddling with my experience?
Yes.
Are you saying don't try to fix it, don't try to change it?
Bingo. Don't get involved in the experience of your body.
So,
And don't get involved in the experience of anybody else.
well,
which is the consequence.
Yeah.
To the degree you're not getting involved in your own experience, in that body, you will stop getting involved in other people's experience, and you don't need to get involved into them, which is the end of relationship, because relationship is involvement.
yes, I think the whole word of relationship means, there is an exchange of something.
Yes.
So it's quite a novel idea, actually.
Yes. But you see, if you look at it, it is actually what's happening.
Okay.
And if we speak about non-duality,
Yes.
and living as space, what people refer to in satsangs and meetings like this and speaking about non-duality, I mean, here non-duality becomes a living reality, because they're speaking, you're not an I and there's no real experience, but what it actually is, there's consciousness here, there's a human experience, and what determines if there's an I or not is if you get involved in it.
Yeah.
The involvement turns it either into a personal experience, or it remains a kind of revealing.
Okay.
And in the language I'm using these days, it's like consciousness is together with the experience, is togetherness.
Right.
So the end of relating is the beginning of togetherness. And in the word togetherness, it has two aspects. It is gathering. Mm-hmm. The system is together. When you were starting the interview, you said, I get myself together.
Together, yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah.
It's like you're starting together again. Everything that belongs to you has gathered.
Okay.
And to the degree you are gathered, you can be together. So
Okay.
together is also like together.
Yeah.
Together now.
Yeah. I'm conscious of the fact that we're running out of time as well.
Oh.
We've got another couple of minutes, a minute probably.
Yeah.
And it's... on the one hand, I can completely understand, what we've been talking about. On the other hand, I'm just thinking, for the normal, let's say, for the average person looking, like myself, hoping for some sort of snippets of, realization as to how am I going to work this out? How am I going to... So
Very easy.
What you're saying is like, oh my God.